Hi, my name is Megan Benavides, and this is Learning is Not Quiet. Today we're going to talk about place value part 1. Since this is the first day of this distance learning lessons, I want you to know that I'm going to use a couple snowboarding terms just to talk about how easy or difficult the question that we are going to tackle together, how difficult it is. So there are going to be some questions that are green circle, bunny hill, hot cocoa break that are the easiest. So circle is the easiest. Blue square is medium. And black diamond and double black diamond are difficult, just like if you were to go down a ski slope. So that's just kind of to guide us right into it. Throughout the course of the next couple of weeks, we're going to be going through all of the major skills that you should have learned this year in school. And if you haven't, there's no time like the present to learn them now. So let's get started. So we first come to our bunny hill. So this is kind of our warm-up practice set. So it says circle and write the digit that is found in the place indicated for each of the numbers written below. So for this particular lesson, we're going to talk about each of these questions, and then I want you to be solving these on a spare sheet of loose leaf paper. You should have a pencil and loose leaf paper in front of you. The practice that is actually going to be collected on our blended worksheet is going to be the blue square. So it's a little confusing for today, but you will get used to it as all of my students have for many, many years. So what we need to do for this first one, it says, I'm not going to do all of these with you, but I just want to show you, and I expect that you are writing these down on loose leaf paper, on a whiteboard, doing them with me for getting credit to watch this whole video. So my first number, I have 15, 027, 834. All right, so let's go back so you can see my giant whiteboard here. So this is my number. So when I'm counting a whole number, or a number that's bigger than 0 with no parts to it, only the whole, I'm going to start at my decimal, and I'm going to work this way. I have a little chant that I have with it. Now, if you are into singing, learn it with me. So we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. And so if you're in my class, you know, we go ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, and so on. So for this particular question, it was looking for the tens place, so that is really easy. All I need to go is ones, tens. So 3 is my digit in the tens place. I'm going to do 2 more questions like this. The second one says it's looking for the 10,000s place. So I have 73, 428, 731. I'm going to go back to my whiteboard. Whoops. And again, since I'm working with a whole number, I'm going to start at my decimal. I'm going to work towards the left if I'm looking at the number this way. And I have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. So I'm looking, my place value that it's asking for, I believe is 10,000s. Yep. So my 10,000s place is here. Thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Last one we'll do together, and then I'll show you the answers. So number, it says 1, but it really should be 3. Very off on the numbering here. It's looking for the millions. It says 459, 000, 837. Again, expectation is that you're doing all of these questions on your loose leaf paper. If you are able to, pause, solve the questions, and then come do it with me and follow along with the answers. So that way you're doing the work, you're checking your process, and you're moving on. So here we were looking for, oh, now I've lost, I was talking too much. We're looking for the millions place. So again, starting at this imaginary decimal, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. This 9 is in my millions place. things that don't happen to me when I'm teaching at school. So that's kind of an introduction to that topic. Hopefully you went over that already this year. Feel free to pause on this slide if you want more time to work on it. In here we have our answer key. Again, I'm not going to go through the whole thing again because this is a pretty easy concept for the math that we're doing today. But pause here, double check, make sure you got all the correct answers on your loose leaf paper. Moving on, we're going to go now to our hot cocoa break. So for me, when I go snowboarding, the most important part is always getting some hot cocoa. Everybody, no matter what level you're at, can go get hot cocoa. And so this is what the hot cocoa break is. It's something that's right in the medium level. So the first question says, which of the following places underlined is in the which of the following places is underlined in the following number? So we have 45,093, 288, 123. So I'm looking at that underlined 9, and I could count up ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 million. So I know that that 9 is in B, the 10 million spot, and I'm going to check. Oh, I didn't put the answer to that one. Okay, so the answer for number 1 should be B, 10 millions. Number 2, which digit is in the 100 millions place in the following number? So I'm looking again, I'm going to start at my 5 because that's in my ones place and I'm working to my left. So I'm looking for the 100 millions place. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. So in the 100 millions place is the 9 digits. So it's again B. Number 3, and again, a good strategy with any of these where you see me projecting the questions is to do those on your loose leaf paper, pause, and come back to double check to see if you did the process and got the correct answer. Number 3, which of the following numbers correctly shows 900,000? So 900,000 would be C because my 9 needs to be in my 100,000s place. So we can count that out. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000. So that's 900,000 C. Number 4, which digit is in the billions place in the following number? Okay, so there's a lot of numbers and it's very easy to get overwhelmed when we see a really, really big number. So I always tell my students to take a deep breath in and out so we never become overwhelmed by any particular question. So now let's count from that 9 because again, that 9 is in our ones place. We always want to start from the ones. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, billions. So that is B3. Number 5, which of the following numbers correctly shows 1,600,000? So this particular answer, notice that it needs not 600,000, I'm sorry, 1,006,000. So it's not A, which would be 1,600,000. Instead, we want D, which shows 1,006,000. And finally, number 6, which digit is in the 10 millions place in the following number? So let's count again from that 1 because that's in our ones place with the imaginary decimal. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 million. So in this case, that's actually our furthest left number, which is A7. So hopefully you got all of those correct and are following along again, doing this on your loose leaf paper as I go through it with you aloud and on my whiteboard. So now we're going to move into the green circle. So the green circle is the easier form of this work that we're going to be doing. Tomorrow we're going to, like I said, you're going to practice with the blue square. And then tomorrow we're going to take a look at some really challenging questions on the black diamond and double black diamond. So it says for the next 5 questions, refer to the number below. And with a number that important, I always write it down on my loose leaf paper, write it down on my whiteboard to make sure I have access to it. So it's 8, 0, 9, 8, 2, 7, 4. So it's looking for the hundreds place, the thousands place, It's looking for the millions place. It's looking for the 100,000s and the 10,000s. Okay. So this is my big all-important number, and I'm going to find all of these places on it. Again, I think the easiest way is to have a little song, a little chant in your head so that you do not lose track of where you're at. Again, we're always starting at our decimal. In this case, it's an imaginary decimal that's next to my ones place. So I'm starting with my 4. So the first one I'm looking for is my hundreds place. So again, you should have paused, answered all those questions, and now should be following along with me, making sure you did your work correct. So we're looking for the hundreds place. Ones, tens, hundreds. So I know my 2 is in the hundreds place. The next one I'm looking for is my thousands place. So I go ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So 8 is in my thousands place. Now in a question like this, you might be like, well, there's another 8 over here. How do I know I'm not talking about this 8? That's okay, there's an 8 in this place too, but our thousands place has an 8 in it. Millions place, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. This 8 over here, the one we were just talking about, is in our millions place. Now we have our 100,000s, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. So there's actually only a 0 in our 100,000s place. It's just a filler. Now we are looking for our 10,000s. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. So 9 is in my 10,000s place. So hopefully, like I said, you're doing this on loose leaf paper, you're following along with me, and you remember all those place values, or you've learned the chant by now, and you feel very confident about identifying these numbers. So it says, write a number that meets the following criteria. So, this is going to be like a puzzle. It has a 5 in the tens place. So already I'm erasing my board. I'm putting a place filler for the ones. I think it said a 5 is in my tens place because here's my decimal, here's my ones, here's my tens. All right, let's go back and get more criteria. It has a 6 in the ones place. Boom, I already made the ones place. I'm going to add a 6 here. Then it says it has a 7 in the millions place. So I have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. And I need a 7 in the millions place. And I'm just looking ahead. I'm going to need a 1 in the 100,000s place. So if you look at my lovely number here, notice that I counted blanks for each of the numbers in between, and I put a 7 in the millions place. And it says a 1 in the 100,000s place. So I know that the 100,000s place is right next to my millions place. So I'm just going to add that in here. I could have counted all the way again, but there's more than one way to do each math problem. So then there is a 4 in the hundreds place. So I'm going to go 1, tens, hundreds, and then all the other digits are zeros. So that leaves it easy. I've left blanks for myself. So my answer here is 7,100,456. All right, let's move on to our next one. Our next one shows a 6 in the hundreds place, a 4 in the tens place, a 1 in the ones place, a 7 in the thousands place, an 8 in the 10,000s place, and a 9 in the millions place, and an 8 in the 10 millions place. So notice how I just leave myself blanks and I fill in my number as I go. So I'm going to put back up that last one because I'm running out of time. So solve the blue square ones in the same fashion that we did here.